Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another weekly weight loss update video. If you're new here, welcome to Heather Rose Up. I am Heather. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can follow along on my weight loss journey. If you would like to see how I did this week with another week of honest tracking, keep watching. Happy Tuesday, not Monday. I'm starting off this week's vlog, and on a Tuesday, not a Monday. I don't know if I'm putting off updating because I am negative 12 weekly smart points. So I'm 12 smart points into the negatives, and I still don't feel like I'm struggling because I am still honest tracking. Now, what I'm coming to realize though, I think it's time for a change. And I think this Friday, I'm going to switch from purple to blue. I'm noticing that pasta and potatoes, my beloved potatoes, are losing maybe its novelty for me, and I'm not wanting them as much. I'm noticing that the 16 daily allowance or smart point allowance that I have isn't cutting it. I pre-tracked my day with the hopes of having 4 rollovers. Maybe I can do that tomorrow as well, the day after that, and then not be in the negative. But I need to have positive thoughts, and my positive thoughts are I'm still 100% honest tracking. And today I think is day 23, 22. I'm in the 20s. If you follow me on Instagram, you know what I'm talking about. I post on my stories every single day of how I'm doing on them. And I'm still doing my tracking. So that's a big thing for me, and maybe that's why I've learned that I need a change. If I hadn't been tracking this honestly for this long prior, I wouldn't have noticed me going into the negatives every week. So, food for thought. Are the potatoes worth it? Gotta think about that. So keep watching and we'll see how I do tomorrow. Good morning and happy Wednesday. I am checking in with my daily check-ins, continuing this week. And today's a little bit of a difficult day emotionally. Today would have been my father's 78th birthday. It's February 5th, and I might have mentioned it in a few videos in the past, but my father passed away a little over a year ago. And part of the reason why I joined WW was because of him and the long list of health problems that he dealt with. But anyway, I'm struggling today because emotionally I want to eat all the things to celebrate him. And I'm really trying to remember and focus that I joined WW to be the healthiest I possibly can be in honor of him. So that's my struggle for today. I got 2 rollovers last night, so I'm now at negative 10 weekly smart points. I wanted to get 4 rollovers, but that's okay. I ate something, and something for 2 points, obviously, and I tracked it. Still tracking, and I pre-tracked my day today, and as of right now, I should get 4 rollovers. We'll see how today goes. Hopefully I will be able to focus on the positives and remember my happy memories with my dad and just do the best that I can. So I have a therapy appointment today too, which is good. And yeah, I will check back in tomorrow to let you know how I did the rest of today. Good morning, happy Thursday. So I'm getting ready to go grocery shopping and prepare my house for switching to blue. And I did more thinking as of yesterday and the day before, and I think that this is something that I need to do to switch it up. Yesterday was a hard day for me. I mentioned it was my dad's birthday, my father who passed away. And I could have eaten all my feelings, but I didn't. I did go back further into the negatives. I'm now negative 17 weekly smart points, but that's I'm going to cut myself some slack because I know it could have gone far deeper than that. And I made a lot of good choices, even though I continue to go into the negative. So keep watching and I will let you guys know how tomorrow goes. I did do my honest tracking again yesterday, even when I really didn't feel like it. So I am proud of myself for that. I'm figuring out what my habits are and evaluating and making adjustments as I go. And that's what happens when you track. Who knew? Okay, so I keep watching and you'll see how I did for the rest of today. All right, happy Friday. I am getting ready to go into my WW workshop and I want to do a pre-weigh-in reflection. And I guess it was another week of struggle because I went into the negatives again, like 25 negative weekly points. But again, I'm still tracking, and the old me would have just stopped tracking at that point. So I'm still pushing through. This is a challenge that I'm committed to, and I'm going to see it through. I am officially 25% of the way done. So, and I think we're going to work on some changes. So stay tuned, keep watching. You'll see I will let you know how I did today. I haven't weighed myself since last week, so I honestly have no idea how I did weight-wise. But I did pretty similar to last week. So, and I lost last week, but I know that doesn't necessarily mean that I lost this week. So we will see. And I'm going to make some changes regardless of what my weigh-in says. And yeah, I will let you know what that is in a minute. Keep watching. Happy Sunday. So on Friday, as you saw in the previous clip, I was sitting outside of my WW studio getting ready to go in for my weigh-in. I decided not to go in for the workshop. I wanted to make sure that I did go in to weigh in to continue to hold myself accountable. I had an early dismissal on Friday and a full schedule after that. So I knew, number one, I was tired. I'm still getting over a cold or something and I wanted a nap. And the other reason I wanted to make sure that I ate lunch because otherwise I might not have had the time to do so, and that could lead to poor choices later in the day. So that was the decision that I made. I was a little disappointed and sad that I missed my workshop, but I still showed up to weigh myself in, even though I could do that at home, but I want to go by their scale and make sure that it's consistent. So that's what I did on Friday. So this week has been a struggle with staying on plan, and by staying on plan, I mean not going into the negatives. It was another week of going into the negatives, but I did continue to track it. So I'm not worried about the past. I'm worried about today and moving on. So it was another week of going into the negatives. So that was 3 weeks in a row. I have been doing the honest tracking still. So that's why I've been going into the negatives and thinking about how I've done things in the past when I just didn't want to track anymore because I went into the negatives a little bit. I probably went really far into the negatives then, and I wasn't able to really observe that because I wasn't tracking. So it is difficult and defeating to see that I have gone into the negatives, but I'm still working really hard at making sure that I am in the habit of tracking regardless of how I do, which in the future will come in handy because there's always an event or something, and you might go into the negatives, but you can reevaluate. And I did try to do that for the past few weeks, but I really struggled. And I started to think about the plan I was on. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I decided to switch plans. I loved the purple plan. When it came out in the fall, I was so excited because lots of different kinds of whole grain and pastas made out of beans were 0 smart points. Potatoes were 0 smart points. And the novelty was so exciting because I hadn't really used my points on those in the past. So it was new and exciting, and I got to try some foods that I hadn't eaten in a while. And I really did utilize them for quite a bit. But as the time went by, and I love my potatoes, but you do get sick of the same thing over and over again if you continue to eat the same thing over and over again. That's why WW recommends variety, because you will get bored. But I noticed that I stopped eating as many of those 0 smart point foods as I did when I first started the purple plan, which meant I was eating foods that had smart points values, and I already had a limited amount of daily smart points. I was only allowed 16 daily smart points. So it was very easy, if I wasn't eating 0 Smart Point foods, it was very easy for me to go over that and then go over my weeklies. So because of this honest tracking, I was able to observe and adjust what I was doing where it was affecting me to stay on plan. So I started thinking about going to Blue. And Blue is pretty much freestyle, which is what I started in February of last year. And I know it works. So I thought, you know what? It's time for a change. And the beauty of my WW is you're not bound to any one plan for the rest of your life. You're not. You're not stuck. You can change. And that's part of the design of the program, of the My WW program. Who knows, I might go back to the purple plan eventually. I don't see myself ever going to green, but never say never, because I don't want to weigh my chicken, simply put. Maybe I'll find a need, or I'll find it that it is worth it to get those extra daily Smart Points. Who knows? I knew it was time for a change, and I knew I needed more daily Smart Points. So as of Friday morning, I switched my plan, and I've been tracking, and I'm getting blue dots. Actually, no. Friday I got a blue dot. Saturday I did not. But I still have quite a bit more weekly Smart Points today than I did last Sunday. So that's a start. We'll see how it goes. They do recommend that you give the plan a consistent 2-week try before you switch again. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I will reevaluate in 2 weeks, and we'll see where I'm at. And I'll see if it's worth it, or if I want to go back to purple, or maybe even give green a try. That is the beauty of my WW. So how did I do? Well, the last week, as I mentioned, I went off track and very far into the negatives with my weeklies, and I lost weight. And I knew that even if I did the same thing the following week, it might bite me in the butt. And it did. So I weighed in at 186.2, which means I gained 1.8 pounds. It is what it is. I'm not upset. I knew that was possible. And as I'm tracking, I'm learning where I needed to adjust things, like I said. So we're just going to push forward and continue to try again and track and go to the gym that I got a membership to. Perhaps that'll help. And continue to vlog my journey and journal. And yeah, and just hope for the best and not give up. I'm not giving up. Even though I gained, that's not giving up. I'm hopeful that this change will be for the better, and we'll see. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you found this video helpful in any way, if you've experienced a gain and you want to be able to push through, like I know you can, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe so you can continue to follow along on my weight loss journey. I appreciate the support more than I can say, and I will see you guys in a week.